Hi, my name is Grace Johnson, and I'm going to be talking to you today about a bacterium called Vibrio cholerae. This is actually a really famous cholera from over the generations, which you might know more so from its disease that it causes, cholera. This disease has been around for a long time and has plagued many a generation and many a culture, many a country. And it was very interesting to learn about, and I'm really happy to be talking to you guys about it today. Here is a photo of the bacterium. It is a gram-negative genus in class Gamma Proteobacteria. It is oxidase positive, has a polar flagellum, has bacteria characteristics such as Escherichia, Salmonella, O. polysaccharide antigens, which are what aid epidemiologists to distinguish the different strains of the bacterium. Here's another photo of multiple ones together that they have seen through microscopes, and I'll talk to you a little bit about how they differentiate from the different strains. Vibrio cholerae lives in marine environments and especially prefers water that are warm, salty, or alkaline, which is why you see it in most of the countries that you do, such as Haiti, Asia, and Africa. Some strains of Vibrio that are able to multiply in shellfish. Now, I don't know about you, but I am not a seafood person, and studying about this made me even more so realize that I'm okay not eating seafood, and I'm definitely okay not eating the shellfish. What happens is that they get into the shellfish and they procreate, creating more bacteria, and when you eat it, you then develop the symptoms that I'll be talking to you about in a minute. There are in total 34 species of Vibrio, but out of those, only 11 can cause disease in humans. We're going to be talking about one species today, but we're going to be talking about two strains of it. Vibrio cholerae is the only one of those 11 species that can not only survive but thrive in fresh water, which does make it the species most capable of infecting humans. Deadly Vibrio cholerae strains. The two strains that are most well known for causing cholera are O1L-Tor and O139. The one that is more famously known is O1L-Tor. It is the strain that is widely known as the epidemic cholera, killing millions in its wake throughout centuries. Now, in the year 1992, the second deadly strain evolved in India and spread through Asia and was called O139. This is the strain that was the first non-O1 that was able to cause epidemic disease. How does this bacterium infect humans? Through contaminated food and water, such as a picture I've shown here of someone drinking out of contaminated water. The cholera toxin in the bacterium has two subunits, A and B. Together they bind to the small intestine and enter it through the cell membrane. Upon entry, the subunit disrupts the body's reaction that regulated cell fluid and electrolyte balance. Fluids and electrolytes rapidly leave the cell and enter the small intestine, resulting in the diarrhea, the vomiting that you'll experience if you get the bacterium in you. Once the toxin has infected the host, symptoms will begin quickly and painfully. Here is a photo of Haiti and some of the poor water conditions that you'll see. And this is the kind of conditions that this bacterium loves to live in and also produce in. Now we're going to be talking about the symptoms of cholera. Here we show a doctor testing for dehydration. The symptoms of cholera: profuse or explosive diarrhea, low blood pressure, rapid heartbeat, vomiting, thirst, and muscle cramps. 1 in 10 of infected will have severe strain of cholera, which is one of the two that we were talking about, and seeking medical attention in the early signs could save your life. Once the symptoms begin, The infected host has crucial window of time to seek treatment. If the individual has the severe strain of cholera, they could die within 48 hours. The individual can go into shock and can even go into a coma. There are several treatment options available for humans with cholera. Here is a photo that I've researched about a man being rushed to medical treatment. They have him on an IV bag, but it looks like he's going to need immediate help, so they're rushing him. And here we are going to talk about treatments. This is a photo of the oral rehydration treatment, and we'll be talking about that right now. The treatment options: rehydration therapy, which is the restoration of fluids and salt in the body; antibiotic treatments, which reduce the fluid requirements and cuts down duration of illness; zinc treatments, which is they're still developing, but it's shown that it's helpful for children with symptoms; vaccines. Now, one of the things that we'll be talking about vaccines is doing some research. There's been some problems because as we've gone on throughout the years, the strain has not only developed, but it's mutated and has caused a lot of the vaccines that they've created to become null and void because they are no longer able to stop the strain because it's not of that strain anymore. So they're still developing strains and still developing vaccines for different strains. So there's more research being done in order to keep up with each individual mutation that they have found within different testing that they've had on different patients. Here it shows a picture of patients in a cholera hospital that are all connected to IVs, trying to get them fluids and trying to get them rehydrated. Prevention. Vaccinations, which, as I was saying, they're not totally null and void, but some of them are for different strains depending on what kind you have. But they have testing for that as well, so they'll usually start off doing that and try at least, to try to prevent it. They do some vaccines if they've seen that strain in that area. Incorporate water filtration for infected areas. Modernize sewage systems. Improve and educate hygiene needs. An example here: washing hands after going to the bathroom or after eating certain foods. Prevent contamination of food and water. Boil water to cook or drink. Cover food. Continued study of Vibrio strains. This one's really important because it's good to know the enemy. It's good to know what you're dealing with, and it's important for scientists to keep up studying and getting more help for these people who need it, such in these poor countries where they don't have the money or means to get the proper filtration systems, the proper sewage, and the proper hygiene because they are not capable of having the means that we do in America, which is why you see more of these cholera epidemics happening in places like that today and not here in America, because we are blessed enough to have such a great means, and it's something that I've become more grateful for as I've done this project. So here is a list of my references. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope you learned something from Vibrio cholerae as I have. Appreciate it, and thank you for watching.